Afternoon, and welcome to your circulation wet lab. These are your objectives. First, you will locate important arterial pulse points. Then you will perform an accurate blood pressure measurement. And lastly, you will identify major blood vessels of the fetal pig and relate them to human circulation. Part 1, Locating Important Pulse Points. These are the 10 pulse points and arteries that you will be locating with your partner. The radial artery, brachial artery, carotid artery, facial artery, temporal artery, femoral artery, popliteal artery, posterior tibial artery, and dorsalis pedis artery. Please watch this informative video about locating arterial pulse points. You will find it at youtube.com. You can right-click on this link and open it as a hyperlink. This is an image of the location of some of the pulse points that you will be locating with your partner. Part 2 involves a blood pressure test. Please watch the following video on YouTube to get a better idea of the appropriate ways to measure blood pressure. You will be performing the pulse point checks, the blood pressure measurements, and the fetal pig dissection in lab. Which brings us to Part 3, the fetal pig circulation. Refer to your dissection exercise 4, pages 721 through 730 in your Mariab lab manual. Prior to coming to lab, please watch this YouTube video as well on fetal pig dissection involving the circulation. You will be performing a similar exercise in lab. Here are some of the incisions that you will be making on your fetal pig. And this is a list of important vessels in the fetal pig that you will be locating and then applying them to human circulation. Again, all of these are located in your Mariab lab manual. Please watch all 3 YouTube videos from this presentation prior to coming to lab. These are human arteries and veins that again you will be correlating to the fetal pig dissection. Questions to consider prior to coming to lab and while you're doing your lab. Which arteries do you think will be difficult to palpate? Could a blood pressure test be performed on the lower extremities? How? How does fetal pig circulation compare to human circulation? Once you've completed this pre-lab exercise, and then you come to lab and perform the lab exercises, you will then be required to perform a PhysioEx lab. The objectives for this lab involve understanding the effects of blood vessel radius on blood flow rate, analyzing the effects of blood vessel length on blood flow rate, and describing the effects of blood pressure on blood flow rate. Exercise 5 in your PhysioEx, called Cardiovascular Dynamics, involves activities 1, 2, and 4 on radius, length, and blood pressure. You will be performing the PhysioEx lab after the wet lab. Thank you, and see you in wet lab.